Recording. So today's lessons really has to do with solving trig equations. 531. Awesome. Solving trig equations. Okay, now, example 1. I'm going to highlight this. Okay, I'm going to highlight that, okay? Okay, so if I highlight that, it's got to be important, right? 1 period. What's the period of sine? Anybody remember? What's the period? 2 pi. Okay? So if it's 2 pi, then what we're going to be doing is getting 2 answers. Okay? Now, here's the hint. If it's on the unit circle, it's easy. Okay? It's easy. Okay? So we know that sine is the y value, correct? So we look for the y value on the unit circle, and we want to find an angle. So we've done this. What is my corresponding angle for 1/2 for sine? So theta 1, yep, is pi 6, and theta 2, there's another one, is 5 pi 6. Done. Snap. So if it's on the unit circle, it's easy, okay? All right. Now for all solutions. Now for all solutions means that this thing could really, if we were to take a look at the sine graph, and again, I'm going to show you, if we were to take a look at the sine graph, and it goes on, and on, and on, and on. There are lots of answers. You guys agree? So there are an infinite amount of answers. So for all solutions, we have to say, well, at pi 6, so we'd have theta is equal to pi 6 plus all of its additional answers. And its additional answers are 2 pi apart, right? So plus 2 pi, and we use the variable k, because k represents the first one, then the second one, then the third one, and then the fourth one, because k is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, ... Now, there's also another angle. And so theta 1, theta 2 would equal the 5 pi 6, which is right there. There's my pi 6. Here's my 5 pi 6, but we can continue this 5 pi 6 here and here and here, right? So we'll take our 5 pi 6, and they're exactly 2 pi apart, right? Each one of these answers, to go from here to here, I've gone 2 pi, right? So it's going to be my 5 pi 6 plus 2 pi k. And by using the k, then we've got the next answer, and then the next one after that, and then the fourth one, and then the fifth one, and then the sixth one, okay? Does that seem easy? Okay. It has to do with its period. Example 2. Okay. Now it wants 8 specific solutions. Well, we can do that. That's not bad. So cosine of negative 1/2. Okay, so if it's on the unit circle, it's easy, right? So let's see. Cosine of negative 1/2. Let's figure out what that is. Negative 1/2, cosine, where do you find it? 2 pi thirds. Theta 1 is 2 pi thirds. Good. And 4 pi thirds. And then theta 2 is 4 pi thirds. Everybody want to see it? Just to make sure everybody knows, remembers the unit circle, okay? So here's cosine's the x value. Looking for negative 1/2 is here. So it's 2 pi thirds, right? And then here, 4 pi thirds. So good. But I need 8 of them, right? I need 8. So let me draw a picture, and then we'll be able to get the 8 easily, okay? Draw a picture real quick above. Draw a picture. So cosine looks like this. Okay. We have negative 1/2. So I've got my negative 1, negative 1/2. So I'm just going to show you. You do not have to draw a picture. I just like to draw a picture so you can see it, okay? Okay, you ready? I want to show you a picture, okay? So here's theta 1 right here. That's 2 pi thirds. It is, okay? Here's theta 2. That's 4 pi thirds. So to go and get another answer, I'd take this one and add 2 pi to it, wouldn't I? So I'm just going to take my 2 pi thirds, so that's called theta 3. Okay, theta 3? Theta 3 is going to be my 2 pi thirds plus 2 pi. No, because we want specific solutions. So theta 5 would be 2 pi thirds plus 4 pi.
Can you add them together?
I can with common denominator. Yes, I can. Yes, I have done that in the past, and I lose kids because they can't do fractions. Totally right, Lane. You don't have to. I stopped doing that about 10 years ago because kids can't do fractions. So I like your answer because I like it to be, well, that's 6, 7, 8. It'd be 8 thirds. That's all. That's fractions, though, right? Okay, theta 4. What's theta 4 going to be? What do you think theta 4 is going to be? 4 pi thirds plus 2 pi. Agree. So then theta 6 would be, yeah, 4 pi thirds plus 4 pi. I need 8 though, so I need 2 more, right? Do you see what I'm doing? We're just moving along. 2 pi and then another 2 pi and then another 2 pi, right? Hopefully that makes sense. I need 2 more. So theta 7, what's theta 7? Yeah, 2 pi thirds plus 6 pi. And then theta 8 would be, everybody agree with that? And then what Lane brought up was really good. In fact, I'm just going to show it. You don't have to do this. But what Lane said was like, you know, you should be able to just add these, right? So I'll just do it up here. You okay with 6? Just watch 6 thirds. Okay, 6 thirds, right? So you could add these. You could call this 8 pi thirds. Wow. Fractions done. But no, you don't have to do that, okay? Because every time I do this, kids get confused on the fractions. So if you just leave it like that, I'm okay, all right? All right, now, turn the page. That wasn't so hard, right? Everybody agree? Turn the page. Okay, now, this one's different. We're going to need our chart, okay? And I'll show you what I mean, but we're going to need our chart in just a second, okay? So, cosine of theta equals 0.65. So, first of all, 0.65 is not on the circle, right? So we're going to have to use our calculator. What does it represent? Well, if from here to here is 1, right? You agree? So 0.65, I'm just guesstimating, maybe here. What angle would it refer to? I don't know, right? But we're going to let the calculator get it, okay? We're going to get a decimal, but it's an angle. You getting used to that radians? Radians like 3.14. 2.14, it's an angle, okay? So, how are we going to get this answer? How do you find the angle? What button do you push? What button do you push? We're going to push the inverse, right? And let's make sure we're in radians mode, okay? So we're going to go straight to, it's going to go cosine inverse of 0.65. And I've got a 0.86. So theta 1 is 0.863. Radians. Now there's a second angle. There's a second angle, okay? So, right, let's just imagine that 0.6 is, that's about a half, right? 1 is about a half. You guys look at that. So 0.6 might be here. So one angle, we found that angle. We found that angle. So the angle, other angle's down here, isn't it? Yeah. Isn't the other angle down here? It's having the same x value. So we have a reference angle chart. So how does this work? So I look at my reference angle chart. Okay, so we did cosine of theta equal, we just did this, right? We used our calculator, we did the cosine inverse, and we got an answer, didn't we? We got an answer. In fact, we just did this for theta 1, first angle, okay? We got theta 1 was 0.86. So how do we find the second angle? Well, we're either going to go 360 degrees minus theta, but those are degrees, and degrees are for dummies, or better yet, let's circle our radians, right? Circle all our radians. Let's circle all our radians, because we're not really going to use the degrees, are we? Circle our radians, circle our radians, circle our radians. Okay, so how do we find the other angle? We're just going to take 2 pi minus theta 1. Okay, so to get my other angle, to find theta 2, my chart says 2 pi minus 0.863. Okay. So I'm just going to take my calculator and go 2 pi minus that answer, right? There's my answer. 5.4, let's say 5.42, okay? So theta 2 is about a 5.42 radians, because it is an angle. I know it looks like a decimal, but it is an angle, right? Yeah, I sure can. Thank you. Not that bad, right? You guys agree? Not that bad? Hopefully not. Okay. All right, example 4. So sine's a little bit different because what's the period of sine? What's its period? Okay, it's 2 pi, right? So we're going to change things up. I'm going to break a rule that I told you a long time ago. Okay. Now, check it out. At negative 1/2, what's your calculator going to give you? Is it going to give you 330 degrees? Is your at negative 1/2? Will your calculator ever give you 330 degrees? Just say no. Your calculator's going to give you what? Negative 30. Right? Isn't it going to give you negative 30? Isn't it going to give you negative 30? So our calculator is going to give us the wrong answer. So we're going to have to fix it, okay? And luckily in the chart, so what we want is answers between 0 and 2 pi, okay? So let's check it out. So I've got my reference angle chart. If sine or tangent are negative, so a little side note, sine inverse negative and tangent inverse negative, we're going to have to make an adjustment, okay? We're going to have to add 2 pi to it, okay? And I'll show you. The chart is actually going to show you that, okay? This chart, I made a nice chart for you, okay? If you follow along, okay? Okay, are you with me? So let me do it. Okay, my answers have to be in 0 and 2 pi, which are positive answers. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. Everybody watching, here's a big deal. I'm going to go sine inverse, right? Tan inverse of negative 0.35. Okay, now I get a negative answer. I can't have a negative answer. Why can I not have a negative answer? It's not between 0 and 2 pi, right? So what do I do with it? I make an adjustment. In fact, in my chart, it says if you take the sine of a negative decimal. So my little chart here. Then I'm going to go first of all, first angle, right? This is my first angle. First angle. So my first angle, I'm going to make an adjustment. I'm just going to take and add 360, but I'm not really going to add 360 because that's degrees for dummies. I'm going to scribble that out, right? I'm really going to add 2 pi to it, which swings it all around. So I take my answer of my, so I've got theta equals negative 0.3575, but that is negative. So I'm going to go, okay, theta 1 is really 2 pi plus that negative 0.35757, okay? Because I'm going to spin it all the way around, okay? So my answer technically visually is, you ready? My answer is technically visually down here in a negative. I'm going to take that answer and spin it all the way around. Okay, does that make sense? It's technically negative here. I'm going to spin it all the way around and make it positive. Okay, so I just add 2 pi to it. Okay, so let's add 2 pi to that. Let's see what I get. So plus 2 pi, and again it's about 5.925. So theta 1 is really 5.925. I sure can. Okay, that's theta 1. So again, we said there's 2 answers normally. No, so there's one answer. How do you find the other? Well, that's why you use this, right? Okay, so we go to my chart, right? And here's my chart, and here's it too. I can really scribble out this 180 because we're not going to do any. We're not going to do any darn radians, right? Or degrees. So it says take pi plus the absolute value of your original calculator answer. Okay, so to get theta 2, we're just going to go pi plus the absolute value of my negative 0.35757, okay? Because that's the original angle, okay? Just going to follow my chart. Okay, my chart, go ahead and write that down. I'll show you what my chart says. So my reference angle chart says I'm going to take pi plus the absolute value. So really I'm just going to make it positive, right? So I'm really going to make this positive. So I'm going to go pi plus 0.35757, and I get my second angle, okay? So, all right, pi plus my 0.35757, and I get an answer of theta 2 is really going to be a 3.499. Well, okay, 3.5. I'll go 99. What the heck? There it is. Theta 2, theta 1. Okay. So the only time this gets tricky is if sine. I'm going to highlight it again. Is when sine. The only time it gets tricky is on these two. These are when it gets tricky. It has to do with the fact that your calculator gives you negative answers. Okay, now, so homework. And I'm here to help. So page 569, 624, we got lots and lots of time to get it done. Please, get it done, then pull out your phones. Deal? Okay? And guys, if you want to work together, that's fine too, as long as you're working, right? I will